In this screencast, I'll demonstrate a basic configuration for either a Cisco switch or a Cisco router. Now, this basic configuration includes the following elements. Enable secret. This is used to allow privileged mode access. The password that is used is encrypted. Console password. Requires a password to be able to log in via a console connection. Telnet password. Password required to allow telnet connections. Logging synchronous. This command is used to stop system message interrupting your input. Hostname. Configures the hostname of your switch or router. So let's get configuring. Okay, so now we're going to enable our secret password. First off, what we need to do is to enter privilege mode. To do this, we're just going to type the word enable at the greater than symbol prompt, and we'll just hit enter. As you can see, the prompt has now changed to a hash, or a pound symbol if you wish. Now what we need to do is to enter configuration mode. To do this, we just type in config t and again hit enter. Now, as we said in the introduction, we're just going to set our enable secret password. This secret password will be encrypted with an MD5 hash. We'll have a look at this later on. So to set our password, we just type in enable secret and then we'll type in the password. In our case, we're going to type in ICA 50411, and that will be our password for whenever we want to go from our normal user through to privilege mode. And at that point, we'll just hit enter. Okay, so we've now completed that task. We'll be carrying on in just a few seconds to our next task, which will be to put a password on our console. Okay, it's time now to set the console password. Now we're just at where we were when we left off from setting our enable secret password. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change to the line console mode. To do that, we're just going to type in the word line space con 0. Now it's a 0, not a no. Right? That stands for the first console line that we have. And we hit enter. Now we're just going to enter the keyword password and put our password in. Our password is going to be console. And we hit enter. Now we want to make sure that this password is going to be asked for every time we log in via a console line. So we use the keyword login and we hit enter. Okay, whilst we're here, we might also stop those messages, the system messages, interrupting our input. So to do this, we're just going to use a very quick command, and it's called logging synchronous. I can't remember how to spell synchronous, so I'm just going to type in syn and hit the tab key, and it will auto-complete for me. And now I'm just going to hit enter, and that has been done. So in this section, what we have done is we have put a password of console onto our console connection. It's going to be asked for at login, and we've stopped those systems messages from interrupting our input. They'll still come up, but they'll wait until we're finished typing. Okay, in our next section, we'll be looking at adding our telnet password. You're just about finished. Now to set the telnet password. This process is very similar to setting the console password. The main difference is that there are up to 16 telnet lines that can be used. These are numbered from 0 to 15. Remember, 0 is a number. So let's go ahead. First off, we're going to switch to our VTY, which is our virtual teletype terminal. To do that, we're going to type in line VTY 0, and we're going to go up to 15. So we'll do the whole 16 lines. And we hit enter. Now we type in our password. First we use the keyword password, and we're going to put in our password. Let's use something simple like telnet. Mind you, you shouldn't use telnet. We should always use the proper security, and use something that's not so easy to guess. And again, we want it to happen at login, so we'll do login and hit enter. That is the end of entering our telnet password. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set our host name. To set the host name, we have to move up a level. So from config line, we've got to go back up to config. So we just type in the word exit and hit enter. As you can see, I'm now up at config. So now we're just typing in the keyword hostname, and then we'll type in our hostname. In my case, I'm going to use the hostname of router 1. You might be on a switch, so you could use switch 1. So we just type it in, router 1. When I hit enter, if you'll notice on the left hand side, it says R1. After I hit enter, that will now have router 1, because that will be the host name that we're using. So as you can see, it is now router 1. Now what I think we'll also do is we'll set up a banner. Now a banner is used to give legal information to anybody that has stumbled across our router. This is before any login, and basically we should say something like, this is a restricted access device and unauthorized access is prohibited. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do that. Now I have already got a message typed up, and I'm going to use that. Okay, so to do that, all we need to do is type in the keyword banner, and we need a delimiter, and that delimiter tells us that anything between the delimiter mark and the end delimiter mark is our banner. So I use a % symbol because I can. Now I'll just insert my banner and finish off with a % symbol. So that's the end delimiter mark, and hit enter. Okay, so now that has been done. So we've set our host name and we've set our banner. Now what we need to do, is to save our configuration. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in exit again so that we go up to the next level, and we're going to copy our configuration to our running startup configuration. So to do that, we do copy run start and hit enter. It will say, do we want to use the destination file name as startup config, and we go yes. Or in actual fact, we just hit enter. And there we have done it. In the next section, what we'll do is we'll just check our config to see how it is. Okay, so now that we've done the banner and our host name, what we're going to do is we're just going to check our configuration. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to use the command called show run, which will allow us to see the running config. Okay, so we can see a few things here. Now if you look down where it says over here, it says enable secret. Right, this little section here tells us, well, this here is basically the encrypted ICA 50411. Okay, so in order to see the rest of it, what we need to do is you need to just hit the enter key. Now the enter key will allow you to scroll down line by line. Now some of these entries you won't have. If you want to go down screen by screen, hit the space bar, and we're going to go down until we see a few things that we've put in ourselves, such as you can see there, you can see the banner MOTD. MOTD stands for Message of the Day. And if we look down at line con 0, we can see we've got the password console, we've got the logging synchronous, and it's for logging, I should say for login. And for the line, you've got line VTY 0 to 4, password is telnet, and line VTY 5 to 15, password telnet. Now you'll see that it's done it in two lots. We did 0 to 15, but it's entered it as the whole lot. Now let's see it all in action. So if we just exit out of here, okay, if I hit enter, you can see that we've got the banner. This is a private device, etc., etc. And now you've got a password, and it's asking us to enter a password. That password is our console password. So we'll type in console. And as you can see, we're back at a greater than symbol for the prompt. So if we type in enable, it's going to ask us now for a password, which was that ICA 50411, and hit enter, and there we are. And that is the end of this series. Thank you.